Hi guys, and welcome back to Alistair Davies Golf. Today's video is all about the downswing, and in particular trying to clear up some things that are bandied about on YouTube with regards to shallowing and steep and the relationship between the club head and the handle in the downswing. So what I want to talk about today really is the relationship between the club head and the handle as we swing down. And this is what I would call the shallow steep downswing would be my preference, but I'm also going to talk to you about the other motions are out there and possibly the benefits and negatives to each one, because I'm sure each one has positive reasons to doing that particular action. So what I'm talking about really, as we start downswing sort of through this transition area, we have a relationship between the handle or a glove and the club head. Now in an ideal world, what I want this to do is the distance almost to elongate themselves, so this club head shallows, the mass in the club shallows down and gets more level with the handle. It'll never get down horizontal, but it certainly might feel it does in certain people's case. But certainly I'm going to make it feel like it shallows. And when we get the shallow in action, what's happening with the handle is going kind of diagonally towards the golf ball, like this. It's certainly not going downwards. Now there are some coaches out there that like to talk about the handle going downwards and the club head leveling up a little bit more, so it would look a little bit like this. Now what's happening there is obviously the center of mass is leveling up with the hands very early, and then it's going to want to continue going that way. So that's going to encourage from me a fade shot, a slice shot, a swipe across the golf ball. Now you can level it up early and then through a high handle through impact create a very neutral impact. For me, that's not the most dynamic way to swing, and it's not the most speed efficient way to swing, which is why it wouldn't be what I would say would be the ideal. If someone swings it this way and produces a perfect impact and does it consistently, then I'm not necessarily going to change it. But certainly it wouldn't be my preference from a point of view of creating the most speed and the most efficiency, and indeed getting the handle lower through impact, which is what we all kind of want to encourage with as instructors. A lot of the faults we see with a lot of our golfers will be a high handle and early extension. So what I want to see really in this downswing is the handle move kind of towards the sternum as we would look from here. The club head mass allow itself to drop with gravity, so the center of mass is dropping, and then from there we would be able to rotate and deliver a lower handle while still swinging into square to in. So realistically I want to talk only about the relationship between these two as we swing down. So again, we have the center of mass wanting to drop, we have the center of mass wanting to topple. So I want to keep the center of mass behind the hands, allowing it to drop. This allows this left wrist to get a little bit more into what I'd call a flexion state, and then from there we can then rotate and deliver the club with shaft lean with a lower handle. Now this is my preference, but also biomechanically it is the most efficient way to swing the golf club. It creates the most forces and torques in this golf club and in the kind of centrifugal area of our body where we're working on a rotational plane. So it helps all those things naturally happen rather than kind of going this way. Now if you're the kind of golfer that does this, drops the club away from the inside, feeling that the club head is on top of the hands is certainly going to help you. But it's a feeling and it's a change from where you are rather than the method of saying this is how you should swing the golf club. Everyone's kind of has to own their own methodology, and it has to suit their golf swing for certain reasons, and that's where good instructors will make sure that's clear and make sure that everyone has their own prescription that makes them play better golf rather than this is the only way to swing the golf club. Well, I'm certainly not about that. I have certain things that I like to see happen in the golf swing from a science point of view because it's the most efficient way to swing the golf club and the best for your body generally. So for me, this is a very good way of feeling this. Left hand only. Poke your left arm with your finger as you start down and let the center of mass just naturally with a relaxed feel shallow and drop. Then we would turn and present the handle to the ball. Whilst we're doing this, it's important also we stay in posture. So don't extend up. Try and stay in posture and feel that. And make sure obviously when you're doing this, and just add this as a point, because when I do a lot of these kind of drills and we post videos of them, people say the club face looks like it's opening. The left wrist should go into this flexion state, which will keep that club face square, and then we'll rotate and deliver that club with a square position. So I like rehearsals. I like these kind of little slow motion pump drills. I like one arm swings. We have a lot of issues with people with arm dominancy, whereas one arm and one hand will try and control the golf swing. So doing some one arm swings, particularly with our weaker arm, will encourage the arm to get more dominant and encourage the arms to work more together, which to me is a huge positive. Let's just try a gentle shot here. I'm aiming up the right hand side here. So try to really kind of feel that shallowing action in the golf swing. And again, I don't do that naturally. If anything, my transition's a little bit steeper than I would want it to be. So again, some people will look at my golf swing and say, well, you don't do what you say. I'm a golf coach. I just like to remind you that I don't play for a living. I teach for a living. I teach very good players. I teach average golfers. I teach beginners. But I try and commit to what I want to teach with people based on the best possible information out there. So let's think about this relationship and whether we'd want to see this relationship or this relationship. So the club head to handle relationship in the golf swing. This tends to be, again, the most efficient because we get this kind of natural speed. This, we've got to try and feel, we've got to find impact by using our body a little bit differently, normally early extension and normally a little bit handle rise. Obviously, if we steepen and it still stays behind the hands, we are okay. But the more we can get a slight bit of shallowing, for me, and the arms out in front of us a little bit, means we have room to swing our arms, it means we've got room to get the hand path going left, and it means we've got room to rotate through the golf ball with ease. So hopefully that helps you understand the club head and handle relationship in the downswing, or at least the start of the downswing. If it has, please click like down below. It really helps my channel grow. Please chat as well. Tell me what videos you want to hear from me, and I'll make sure I'll get back to you with videos on those subject areas. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I have regular content coming every single week on a variety of subjects. Thanks for watching. Catch you again here soon.